We're talking about the story of Jacob. Isaac, we talked about his story, and we know a few things, but not so much. Jacob, it's like a long, big story of troubles. What are the troubles that he went through? If somebody wants to hit you, it feels very bad. If somebody wants to kill you, your reaction is like your body reaction is there. But if your brother wants to kill you, it's like, and then if it's your twin brother wants to kill you, it's even worse. Same flesh, same blood, wants to kill him. So that's one thing. Then the next thing you know, he had to run away. He ran away. His parents told him, listen, you're gonna go somewhere. The mother, kind of Rivka, she told her husband, listen, you know what? He needs to get married now. Let him go find a wife, same place where I come from. So she said, okay, give him some, whatever he needs for the trip and the journey. He went away loaded with stuff, and he arrived by his future father-in-law. He had a whole arrangement. He's going to work for him 7 years to get married to his daughter. At the end of the 7 years, who does he get? Get cheated?
Leah.
Exactly. So now he has to work another 7 years to get married to the wife. He wants to get married. It's a lot of trouble. And then he works for someone, his father-in-law, who is basically cheating him and changing deals all the time. Hardship with the weather, hardship with, watching the flock. After all of this comes back, his brother still wants to kill him, but for some reason come down a little bit. He has trouble with his daughter. His daughter get abducted and raped. Then he has the trouble of his favorite son. The brother sold him, but they wanted to kill him. So it's a lot of trouble. It's a lot of trouble for one person, It says, Vayetze Jacob me Beersheva, vayelech harana. Jacob left. Vayetze means he left. The Megaleh Mukot says that the initials of Vayar Yaakov Tzurat Aleph forms the word Vayetze. If you say Vayetze, it's a Vav, a Yud, a Tzadik, and an Aleph. And these are the initial of the words Vayar Yaakov Tzurat Aleph. And Yaakov saw the shape, the form of the letter of Aleph. Aleph is like alpha, beta. Aleph is the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet. It is also a word. Aluf means a prince, the boss, a commander. You can interpret this thing that Jacob saw the form, something very concrete. For him, it was very concrete. When you see a form, a shape, it's not something that you think about or whatever. It's something very concrete, right? He always saw the form of the Aleph. And the Aleph also means the prince, the boss, which means the master of the world. So in all the things that happened to Jacob, all the time that he has all this trouble, all along, in his mind, what he concentrates on is seeing that there's a boss, that things don't happen haphazard, that there is a reason for things, and there is a direction and a purpose in everything that is happening. What is Aleph? What is Aleph? A little dot on the top, a little dot on the bottom, and connecting them is a line. When we learn the Hebrew alphabet, every letter has a meaning, has the meaning of the letter itself, it has its numerical value, it also has the meaning of the words, how we pronounce it, it has the meaning of the full spelling of it, it has a lot of different things that you can combine and understand and take a lesson from it. There is something that happened in life. It comes from the top. We're on the bottom, and there's something connecting us. The thing that is connecting us is our faith. This is one interpretation, because there's other interpretation I want to say right away. There's other interpretation how this thing works. But basically, what is connecting us in our life to the spiritual component that directs the world is that line, that is the connection line, is our faith. Faith it's not something like, I believe, it's very easy when it happens to other people. People say, it's okay, it's for the good, people go through terrible situations in life. And it's not for us to tell them it's okay, it's for the best, or like somebody passes away, or he finished suffering, or he's in a better place, or that, like, so easy to talk like this, right? But when it happens to the person, it's a completely different story. There's a very, very good book that I recommend to everyone. It's called Why God Why? How to Believe in Heaven While You're in Hell, something like that. People go through very, very difficult time. Somebody else talks to you about it, it doesn't click. Faith is something that you have to really integrate in your, I don't know how to say it, but in your body, because how do you integrate faith in your emotion? You can think logically all what you want. Like right now, your logic tells you drinking is not an option. Drug is not an option. That's the logic, right? So you go with this thing in your head, but then when you're facing the test of, do I take it? Do I go buy it? Do I call my dealer? Whatever. It's a completely different thing, because now all the body and all the emotions are fighting your intellect. We learned one thing with Jacob. He left his house, and you think he went right away to find his wife, right? Where his parents told him to go. He didn't. What did he do? And he studied for 14 years, and he did not waste his time. He didn't go to sleep on purpose. If he fell asleep, he fell asleep. But it's not like, okay, now I'm going to have a good night's sleep, 8 hours, relax, or whatever. No, he worked very, very hard, studying, getting ready, because he knows when he comes out of there, he's going to meet people that are going to be tricking him. He's going to have a lot of issues, a lot of problems, because he knew about his future father-in-law. He knew his future father-in-law is basically a crook. He know because it's his uncle, and his mother told him. So it's not like he doesn't know what he's going to be facing. Instead of going straight into the problem, he stopped. It took time. He went to a place secluded, no problem, just working on himself. This is the same thing that you're doing here. You working and figuring things out and getting your brain trained, because when you come out and you face a situation that is difficult, you need to rehearse that thing. You need to have your brain working a certain way, so that even though it's appealing, you're already against it. That's the work that you need to do here. So I brought this daily commitment sheet that I think they're very good. They're good on a daily level, but you can also use them on a monthly level or whatever it is. They were prepared by Mark Waldman and John Asraf. It's a daily commitment sheet, right? Before you start your day, you relax your body, you observe your thoughts, your feeling, and you think, what is my value today? Could be integrity. It could be strength. It could be taking care of myself. It could be meeting my needs so that I don't fall into a fake need, right? Like maybe it's like, how am I going to really work on my emotion today, or my past, or my trauma, or whatever, so that when I deal with it, I'm strong enough. Whatever your value is for that day, right? So you write it down and you say, this is my goal for today. My goal for today is to be honest. My goal for today is to be of service. My goal for today is to really take care of my emotions so that my emotions don't control me. Then you look into your potential sabotage behavior. And this is very, very important. Why? Because as we make a commitment first thing in the morning, it's so nice and easy, right?
Yes.
And then you get into the day, and then things happen, and this guy really makes you mad, and you don't feel like you're going to help him or be of service to him, right? Look at what's going to sabotage your goal, right? Like you have an idea of what you want to do, but you also know that maybe today you're going to have some withdrawal syndrome, or maybe today you're going to feel like, okay, you want to leave this place and go home, or what's going to happen, you already know. You yourself, you know yourself, right? Nobody needs to tell you. So what is the potential sabotage behavior? And then you're going to write, or you can write, or you can think about it. It's always better to write. What can I do against the sabotage? Okay, so there is the idea, then there is the terrorism, and now we're talking about the counter-terrorism. What am I going to do to take away the sabotage behavior? This is a counter strategy. For example, I'm going to see so-and-so, and I know this guy gets on my nerve, and I'm going to get upset, and I'm going to want to tell him what I think about him, you know? So what can I do to counter this feeling of getting upset with this guy? So now what are we going to do? Maybe you think to yourself, you know, this guy maybe had such a horrible childhood. He didn't have a home. He didn't have parents that took care of him. He went from home to home. He went to orphanage. He went to this and went to... It's so hard. So you feel like you have pity on him. So when you see him, you're already ready with your feeling of compassion instead of him grating on your nerves. Understand? So this is why you prepare your counter strategy. And then let's say your reaction to this guy is going to be nervous. So you breathe in and you say, I breathe in peace and serenity, and I breathe out nervousness. I breathe in peace, and you feel the peace, and then you say, I'm breathing out this anger I have against this guy who's getting on my nerve. It's not enough to have a plan for the day. You got to congratulate yourself every day for all the things that you've done. So you congratulate yourself every day. You mark what you did right. Who does that? Whoa, come on.
We used to do that.
It's not enough to see all the bad things that could happen and all the problems. Everybody is going to find something, 3 good things they did that day. Come on. Okay, you came tonight. That's the one thing. You say thank you to someone. You open the doors. Anything you've done, you just write it down. Anything you did for the good of someone else or for the good of yourself, or even for your own good. Write it down. I took care of myself today. I went to the gym today. I didn't feel like whatever, but I still got up on time. Whatever it is, write it down, because you build your self-confidence and your strength by looking at all the achievements you've done. So if you don't write it down, nobody's going to do it. Please write it down. All the good things you do, please write them down. I'm sure you have at least 20 or more every day. So I'm telling you, there's so many things. It's not something that you take for granted. When you do something good, give yourself credit, okay? And then you write down what you're grateful for. This is something that is teaching us how to react. What do we see today? It's connecting us to who we are, where it's coming from, okay? So another thing is like this. The same way we build ourselves up. How do we build our immune? How do we build our faith? We look at things. We hear stories of people. We think to ourselves, this happened to me at the exact time when I needed it. There was a spot I could get in, or this driver stopped for me and gave me a ride, or anything that happened to you, you look where it's coming from. Right. You look always where it's coming from. Because if you look where it's coming from and you see the results of the successes, then it builds you up. Because you cannot build yourself up thinking that everything that happened, it's a mess. You have to look at the good things. And within the mess, you have to look at the good things that happen. Like I remember somebody once said to me, he didn't have shoes. He was walking around barefoot. And he found a pair of shoes, and they were exactly his size. You know what had to happen to have the shoes in the middle of the road be put exactly his size? You know what I'm saying? If you don't look, you're not going to find. But if you look, you're going to find all kinds of things that you see that something is really guiding everything. The first man, Adam, he decided that that's what he wants to do. He wants to eat from the fruit of the tree. So that's men in general, like mankind. Free choice. I do what I want. I want money, I go for it. I want this, I'll do anything to get it. Fine. The purpose of men, when I say Adam, means a human being in general, besides their own particular purpose in life, the main goal of a person is, we'll never guess, sounds very weird. The true purpose is to see that everything comes from its source. The first man said, listen, I can do things. It's my own choice. So what do we do to correct things? Is that we do what we're being asked to do. Surrendering, that's the correction. That's the tikkun. Everybody in their own way has to do a little bit of that job until all of humanity basically is going to be on track with the purpose. Our job is to recognize, our job is to give the control back to the creation, to the creator. If you think about this, there's cells, I don't know how billions, trillions of cells in our body. Each one is doing its job. This one makes us cry. This one makes us see. This one makes us have a nail instead of a, flexible skin. And every cell is going in the right place. Everything is so organized. And it's the same thing when you look at the universe and you look at the star. Everything is so organized and everything is happening according to how it's supposed to be. But our job is to recognize that. Our job is to recognize we are at the place where we are right now because that's where we're supposed to be. We can say like this. Happiness has been a lot of confusion about happiness. Because I was just driving here and there was a car in the street, loud music, girls laughing, screeching. And I could see like the girls going on to the man who was driving. I was like, this is potential dangerous, but loud, and keeps on going like that. Okay, these people think they're happy right now. I'm not sure after they finish their evening with drinks and screaming and screeching, I'm not sure they're going to be happy. I'm not sure. And I even doubt it.
Yeah.
So if you think that happiness is having had your day filled with the right thing in the proper manner and with integrity and the best of your abilities and fulfilling your purpose in this world, maybe that makes you happy. And then I agree, that's happiness. But a lot of people think happy and it's like, I don't know, it's a fleeting pleasure. That's all it is. So our job is to recognize where things are coming from. So if a person is living in Bel Air or a person is living in Compton, if somebody is driving a scooter or somebody is driving a Maserati or whatever it is, they all have the same purpose. And the purpose is to recognize where things are coming from. Usually we say, okay, this guy did that to me, or this associate at work, he stole the money, ran away with it, or this girl, she dropped me for another guy, I gave her everything and she still went with someone else, whatever. People always think that there's somebody is making them trouble. First of all, like it says in the 12th step, recognize where our responsibility laid, right? Because not every time it was someone else's fault. Imagine you open your mailbox and you see a check. Now you see the check in the envelope. What do? You kiss the mailman? You hug him and say, thank you so much. It's so nice you give me a check. You can, okay. You open the mailbox and in the mailbox is a ticket. You have to go to court and it's a very expensive ticket. For whatever reason. Okay? So what you going to do now? Tell the mailman, what is it? You bring me a ticket, you bring me paying money, you bring me going to court. But you have to recognize the mailman, he's just delivering. He's delivering. He's the mail carrier. You shouldn't say the mailman now. It's not in fashion. You have to say mail carrier because there's some ladies, so you can't say the mailman, you can't say the mailwoman.
It's not proper.
Okay, so the mail carrier, he's delivering the things. It has nothing to do with him. He doesn't even know what's in the envelope. So what we do in life is like this. Somebody cheat us. The first thing we do, that person, and we blame other people and we don't see where it's coming from. So this is the thing that we have to clear out in our brain, that things are not coming from other people. It's coming from the same place that makes our nail be a nail and the rest of the finger a finger. It's the same. It's going in the right place. It's going where it's supposed to be. We don't like it. I agree with you. I agree with you. I think a lot of people think, okay, if you have faith, it means like nothing bothers you. No, because we're human beings. I mean, you got to reach an incredible level that we're not at to just be indifferent. Whatever happens, it happens. It's okay. It's okay with me. We're not like that. We have to face. We're not at this level. But we have to look at all the plan from other people, what they did to us, this, and that. We have to look at it like they're the messengers. And there is a reason why this is happening. And all of this thing is for us to really see where it's coming from. Where is this coming from? You have to do that with emotions. Emotion can be overwhelming. Where is this emotion coming from? I'm a soft person. I have a good heart. I feel for people, this and that. And now this is too much for me, so I need to drown myself into whatever it is to escape. What are these emotions supposed to be for? Maybe you have so much compassion, you can be of help to other people. Maybe the feelings that you're having is for you to help understand. Like one guy, he said to me, my plan is to recover from addiction and get diploma and become a teacher, because I don't want the other little kids to go through what I went through. He had a goal in life, whatever. It doesn't mean it's going to come easy. It doesn't mean that he's not going to have trouble along the way. It's going to be work, but he has to keep in mind what his goal is. Because if he suffered when he was a little boy in school, now because he suffered, he doesn't want the other little boys to suffer what I went through. So maybe that's what happened. We don't know. I mean, I'm not saying this is exactly what happened. Everything that happened is for you to do something with it that is beneficial for you and for the other people. I want to say one more thing. The word Vayetze means, and Jacob saw concrete, who is the master of the world? Who is the Aleph? Who is the Aluf Shalom? And through all these things that happened in his life, he always saw that it came for a reason. At the time that Joseph was taken away, the father didn't know exactly what went on, but he was in mourning. He thought his son had died because they brought him, his garment full of blood. I saw something really interesting. It says that God was very upset with Jacob for mourning. I mean, you think it's a normal reaction. He just lost his son. And it says that God was upset with Jacob. I took your son, right? But if you only knew that I took him away so that he becomes viceroy of Egypt, you wouldn't be bemoaning. It's for your own good. Of course, it's a natural reaction. But the fact is, what was expected of him, that he should trust even more. Even though he had the perfect faith, it was expecting a very, very high level. How many times did it happen in life that something bad happens and we're all upset about it? How many times?
Every day.
And then God is saying, I am preparing something good for you and you're getting upset. In other words, you don't even know what's going to be from this. You don't know why you're here. You don't know why this guy treated you. You don't know why this person left. It's for you to be the best you can be. Everybody on their own level. It doesn't matter where you are. Like I said, it doesn't matter where the person is. If they're living in bed or they live in Campton, it doesn't really matter. Everybody has the same thing, to see where it's coming from. If we see through the enemies, through the problem, it says, Ki ine oivecha Hashem, ki ine oivecha yovidu. Ki ine oivecha. Because if you see your enemy, through your enemy, if you see Hashem, if you see God, through your enemy, all the things that happen, you see them and it's really coming from God. Ki ine oivecha yovidu. Then your enemy disappear, because the whole purpose of you having the trouble is to see what's coming from. It's to give back the decision making to the boss. here we have Jacob who sees everything coming from God. And at the end, this is the Aleph, Esau is coming with 400 men. In the next parasha, it says that Esau was coming with 400. What is the numerical value? The letter correspond to 400? He's at the end. The beginning letter is Aleph. The end letter is Taf, right? So Jacob, he sees everything coming from God. Esau, he sees everything coming from me. It's my power. I'm coming with this. I'm going to kill that guy. Everything he thinks he's doing. He says his brother stole the thing. No, he doesn't say, can you admit your fault that you the one who sold your birthright? No. This guy cheating, I'm going to kill him. So that's where Esau is coming from. And the purpose of every person is to see whatever is coming to you is coming from a source. You just look at all these things as the mail carrier. Now, I know it's a difficult situation. I know it's much easier to talk about it than to do it, because everybody in their lives, they have their own thing that they have to work on. The more we talk about it, the more when the thing happens, it comes to our mind to react differently. If we don't study, if we don't talk about it, if we don't say it, then it gets much harder to even think about it. You just have to keep on talking about it. I'm not saying that people should not take responsibility for the things they've done. What I'm saying is for us. We shouldn't say that for other people. Or look at this guy. You know why bad thing happened to him? He deserves it. That's not what this is for, right? It's only for us. We can't talk like that to other people. When you have to have faith for yourself, not for other people. Oh, it's okay, don't worry, things will work out, don't worry. We don't do that. Okay, to other people, we show compassion. But for ourselves, we have to see our responsibility, what is coming to us, where it's coming from, and to be maybe happy, courageous, and in touch with a certain serenity that if we know what's coming from, it gives us serenity.
Yeah.